Hey everybody, welcome back. It's Digi Bro and Pals. I never actually introduced who all's here.
We kind of skipped that.
No, it doesn't matter.
I'm here with Brandon Tolentino, who's playing Star Fox. You probably guessed that already because he played the other Star Fox game.
I did. That was me.
Yeah.
On video.
And we've also got Josh Cruz.
Hey.
Your voice changed for that.
I feel like you're an irregular enough guest that people will be like, who the fuck is talking? Who is that other voice? Is that Victor? Is that Shade? Doesn't sound like Victor or Shade. He said Digibro and Pals.
Yeah, Digibro and friends, plural. Parentheses
I'm a guest one.
No,
Yeah.
Guest one.
Guest one.
Well, you have an actual name here, so yeah.
Oh, I do
I'm
have
guest
an actual
one.
name.
I'm guest one.
Yes. People, it's finally gotten to the point where people are asking me all the time, like, why do you always say Brandon Tolentino? Like, why is it his full name? I don't know, is the answer to that. I just have always done it.
It's like a nickname thing. I think a ton of my close friends just call me Tolentino.
Right.
And if anyone calls me Brandon or like any of my other names, it's like really weird. I know someone called me by my middle name. Like someone used to call me Chris in middle school.
Your middle name's Chris?
Yeah, I have two middle names though. Technically three if you count my Catholic name.
Jesus Christ.
My initials are BCCCT.
Fucking Asians and their long ass names.
BCCCT.
Yeah.
Sounds like some kind of like bureau
Sounds like a British.
Bureau of Contraband and Collect Calls in Toronto.
Yeah, that would be it. That's the acronym.
I don't know why they...
What a very specific organization.
Yeah, a very odd combination of things that they control.
Okay, here we go. This is the first on-foot mission. And when I say on foot, I mean that Star Fox, he hauls ass.
Yeah.
He really hauls ass.
It's like tank controls, right?
Wait, there's foot missions in Star Fox?
In this game.
There's a few different control layouts. I do the most modern of the few. Like, I can control the camera with the C-stick, and I control the movement
right,
with
because
the
this is the GameCube. And
yeah.
The idea of DualShock movement, for some reason, didn't become apparent to Nintendo until, like, 2012 with the Wii U.
My favorite layout for the controls in this game is hold R to move and run, A is to shoot, and the left stick controls the camera and where you're aiming. And that's a throwback to Star Fox 64, but, like, when I first saw that, I didn't know. I was just like, what the hell? Who picks this for their layout? And it's, like, it's supposed to be a throwback to the N64 controller. It just seems like very illogical that someone would look at this GameCube controller and pick that as the layout. I gotta do a run with that layout though.
I do think, like, you know, these the on foot sections I think caught some flack, but they look fucking cool. Like, just because the way you run, like, you haul ass so much, it's like, yeah, fuck yeah,
oh my God.
I'm kicking ass.
Yeah.
Isn't this kind of like what Jet Force Gemini was like?
Kind of. I actually can't remember much of Jet Force Gemini other than, like...
Don't we have it?
Me playing it.
Or
Do you really?
Didn't one of us get it for N64?
I would totally play it if you guys had it.
It's either that or... Because they had it at Video Game Heaven for like $6. And I was like, oh, Vic, let's get Jet Force Gemini. He's like, oh, I played it and it was not that good. Like, I don't know where he played it, but he said he played it recently and he didn't like it that much. So he wouldn't buy it. But I'd be down to pick it up, because I have money now. I didn't at the time.
When you say, like, $6 for a game, that, like, blows my mind, because I was looking up prices for Marvel vs. Capcom 2 and Parappa the Rapper, and those prices are, like, way in the hundreds.
They're in the triple digits.
I'm just like, I want to play these games from my childhood, and I'm just like, I had a very expensive childhood.
You have the worst childhood.
Like, the value of it now is, like, yeah, it just increased.
Yeah. I'm trying to think, oh yeah, the game that I wanted to fucking buy, I was trying to hunt down, Twilight Princess for GameCube.
Oh man,
it's only ever over $150. Like, it's $50 even for the Wii version, just because it's a fucking Nintendo game and they never go down in price or rarity. Nintendo's so weird about supply, dude. Like, people have been flipping shit about amiibos, like, and how they're never in stock. It's been like 6 months, and the demand is still like crazy high.
Josh
and the
knows
supply
all
is
about
crazy
that.
Low.
Josh works in retail. He works at Best Buy, so he knows.
So I have
He's
a
too
story.
busy eating to fucking tell us.
I have a buttered roll. It's amazing. So the day that the Toad amiibo came out, Best Buy got 3 of them, and there was this woman outside.
Oh God.
For an hour before the store opened, badgering every single employee that walked by. She just kept going, "Do you have the Toad amiibo? Is it in there? Could you tell me where it is before I get in there so I can go right to it? Do you have the Toad amiibo? So we're all inside talking about her, like, what the hell, this fucking crazy woman? Because none of us in there play with amiibos or like use amiibos until recently when I got Mario Party. I was like, oh, I'll get one. But the store opens, she walks in, she goes and grabs all 3 of them. Walks up to the register and then walks out. Like, that was her goal. And I was like, what the fuck?
She probably resold the other 2.
That's what I figured out later. I was like, why would anyone want to buy 3 amiibos? I mean,
of the same.
I was like, there's no way that your kids want all the same one. That's just,
right.
I have sisters. That doesn't work that way.
Yeah, that's
And then
very
I went on,
true.
and then I was like, oh, the Toad amiibos sold out everywhere. And I went on to eBay, and they were selling for like $90.
Yeah.
And I was like, holy shit, people are making a living off amiibos.
Yeah, it's crazy. I've been looking everywhere for like a retail NES, but those pre-orders came and gone when the time that I looked it up. It annoyed me. I felt like I let Ness down.
Like I thought the statues, I thought they were really cool looking. I was like, I'll get some of my favorite. I didn't realize like the impact they were having.
Yeah, I definitely like when I first heard about amiibos, I was like, why? And then like Victor put it like, dude, think about it. He was like, I would buy a Marth amiibo just to own a toy of Marth. He's like, they're never gonna make another toy of Marth. It's only like $15 as compared to like, I mean, I own anime toys. $15 is chump change for a fucking anime toy. And they also have cool capabilities. Like, no one told me about what they could do until they were already out. Like, Nintendo never made it really clear.
Yeah.
They were always like, oh, you put it on your thing and it does shit in your game. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking
I was like, great,
about?
it's fucking Skylanders. I don't want to play Skylanders.
Right. And then it's like, oh, it turns out it's actually like some kind of advanced AI that learns how to fucking fight because of you. And I was like, that sounds amazing. Why didn't they advertise that?
The
That's
AI
like future technology.
in Brawl works the same way, but on a vastly inferior level. They actually learn. You can actually teach the AI in Brawl to short hop and do like really advanced techniques and stuff.
That's intense.
By playing with it, yeah, but definitely not up to today's standards of AI, because Brawl is something else with AI.
You like to play. You like to play.
Okay, Slippy, you got this. I have faith in Slippy. I like Slippy a lot in Star Fox, even though there's a lot of people that hate him.
Bad rap.
Yeah. He's an engineer. He made the R-Wings. He made all this stuff, and everyone's like, "Oh, he's a terrible pilot." Well, yeah, he's a math major in space. He's trying to save the world.
Oh man, Star Fox is so cool. This is one of those games where it's like you could play it like an arcade game and have no idea what anything means, and then like once you look into it, then you're like, you can like the characters have just enough that you know about them that you could create like an entire fan fiction universe. You know, like you can imagine what the characters would be doing in their everyday lives, like, you know, Slippy doing maintenance on everything, and Peppy, I don't know what Peppy would be doing, masturbating to pictures of Fox's dad.
I think he's the general now. Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
In this canon, I think I spoiled part of this game just now.
We haven't been exactly watching the story, have we?
Oh, yeah, that's true. But I mean, Peppy is like one of the older members of Star Fox.
Right, about spoiling a game from 2004.
Hey
probably.
Man, I would feel bad if I got spoiled about something about Star Fox.
I don't believe in spoilers.
I heard that. Isn't Vic the exact opposite?
Yeah, kind of. Most people are the opposite. Most people don't like to be spoiled, and I don't really get it. Like, I don't really care
about spoilers.
I don't really value my first experience with something very much, because like if something is like, whoa, I didn't see that coming, then it's like the next time I watch it, then I know, and like I don't get it. Like I don't get caring about the first time I experienced it. It's usually the second or third time that I have like more interesting thoughts about it. You know. Like,
yeah.
I only care about spoilers if it's like detrimental to the actual story. Like Gone Girl, for instance, the first time you watch that, there's a surprise, like a twist or something.
Right, but even then, like if a story hinges entirely on its twist, because like the best stories that have twists are better the second time because you know the twist.
Yeah.
Like, because then it's like you recontextualize everything and you're like, I can see the signs all the way from the beginning. And I actually prefer if I know the twist before I see the movie, because then I get to see all that for the first time I watch it, you know?
I'm really upset. My chocolate is melting. And,
Like
Yeah, it's pretty hot in here.
I was spoiled for a major event in a recent episode of Steven Universe, and I knew it before I watched the show, and there's hints towards it the whole way through, and I never would have figured it out on my own.
Yeah.
So like, knowing it the whole way through, I was like, oh man, there's so many cool hints, and like it made it even better for me knowing what was gonna happen later.
I got spoiled for everything in that show.
Yeah,
And-
because you watched it with us.
Yeah.
Yeah, which Victor actually figured it out on his own. That spoiler, Garnet was a fusion.
Vic is secretly Sherlock Holmes.
I don't know. Like most of the times, the thing is, like for me,
Oh, shit.
spoilers like 90% of the time,
that.
the spoiler is why I watch the show. Because like I hear some crazy thing happen, and I'm like, oh, that sounds cool. I want to watch that
Yeah.
now. Like
with
when people are like, oh man, you just gotta watch it. Some crazy shit goes down. I'm like, I don't fucking care. I don't.
crazy shit goes down a lot.
I have
Anything.
no.
Yeah,
I have no
everything.
predisposed feelings towards it, so why would I care that crazy things happen in it? But then if I hear about something, I'm like, oh, that does sound interesting. I should go give that a watch. You know.
My with spoilers, my first episode that I ever saw of Game of Thrones was over here, season 4, episode 10. I had never seen Game of Thrones before. I
Really?
had never read the books. That was my first experience with it.
So you were way behind.
I was way
You were like the
behind.
last person to watch
I was the last
that show.
person to start the show, and now I'm like one of the biggest fans, I guess. But I remember
You
watching
can't.
it.
Everyone's one of the biggest
I
fans
know.
there.
That's true of every fandom, though.
Yeah, but with
Everyone's
Game
a
of
big
Thrones,
fan.
it's like
It's
everyone in the
yeah,
world is the biggest
it's a
fan of Game of
phenomenon.
Thrones.
Not my public speaking class, apparently.
Oh yeah, people in public speaking class didn't know shit about Game of Thrones.
Huh.
It was like they
That's-
were shouting in the closet.
But that was the first episode I
Big
ever
love.
saw, and I was like, I have no idea what's going on, but it looks really cool. So
Right.
I need to see how it got to this point.
Yeah.
I don't know who any of these characters are, so it's like
Right.
the spoiler made me want to figure out how we got to that point.
Right.
God. Okay, so Pigma is pretty disgusting in Star Fox 64 and always talks about how he like gets pleasure out of remembering that Fox's dad dies, but he looks particularly gross in this one. Like I just love the way Pigma
So
looks.
he's just like jerking off.
Oh,
on,
yeah.
yeah, your dad's
Speaking
dead.
of, I was spoiled for absolutely everything in Game of Thrones. In fact, Red Wedding was one of the first episodes I saw. But
It doesn't have the
I
same
didn't
impact
care.
because you don't know who any of those people are.
Yeah, but it didn't make a difference
It
to
doesn't
me.
matter.
Like I don't care about being spoiled. Like I said, like to me, the second viewing is the most interesting viewing. So the first one's really not worth a shit. Like even the one spoiler that like episode 3 of Madoka Magica, like when I saw it for the first time, was this huge shock to me, and then like when I saw it again, I just didn't. It was like, oh, I don't even care. Like the show's not that interesting compared to like. I think people inflate the value of the show based on the shock value when it was
Oh,
not
yeah.
even that great, you know. Anyway, that's it for this episode. Did you, bro?
Bro.
Bros.